Going on YouTube? What's going on, Raider Nation? It's Raider Lou 1990. Now, I almost wasn't going to make a video this week because I was just disgusted in Monday night's performance. And I don't know mean overall team, because I do got to give a shout out to the defense. They played their asses off Monday night. The defense got 3 turnovers. The defense scored half of the points we put on the board as a team. So, shout out to the defense. It was just a pathetic offensive performance. It left me so speechless to where after I watched all the post-game interviews that were put up shortly after, I took my sleep aid and went to sleep. I didn't want to make a video of a rant as opposed to an actual recap. When you go an entire first half and you don't have a single reception by a wide receiver, and you got Devontae Adams, Jacoby Myers, and Hunter Renfrow, I just think it's pitiful. It disgusted me that Gibbs had 189 total yards, and meanwhile, as an offense, the Raiders put up 157 total yards. Just like all of you were disgusted in that, so was I. And like I said, it had me speechless. So I get home tonight, and I get on my Twitter, and I see a post from Lambeau Field, and it says, first snow day at Lambeau. And this year in particular, if it isn't the Raiders, I forget who's playing in prime time for the most part. So right away, I was like, who does play Thursday night? So I go to my ESPN app, and the very first thing I see is Josh McDaniels and Dave Ziegler fired. And I was like, am I reading that correctly? Like, I was in total shock. I'm like, am I really reading that correctly? So I go back to Twitter, and I'm looking for all of the people that cover the Raiders. I'm looking for Vinny Bonsignore. I'm looking for Bill Williamson, Hondo Carpenter. Basically, I'm looking for anything to basically validate it. And as soon as I see the tweets that I needed to see, I was like, holy shit. Like, Mr. Davis actually had the guts to make the move and fire their asses. I go from a whole 24 hours of just being disgusted, debating if I really want to make my video this week, to literally getting this news and just being freaking ecstatic. I'm just like y'all, Raider Nation. We're celebrating this one. I don't even want to say it was long overdue, because we only had him for 25 games. It feels like a relief. We don't got to deal with this bullshit offense. Hell, I'm happy for the players. There's a part. I mean, I know the players are not going to come out to the media and be like, "Oh my God, we're so happy." But I'm just hoping that they feel relieved and they feel like things will improve on the offensive side of the ball, and that the coaching staff will utilize all of them to their abilities, basically. And then right away, I'm kind of like, who is going to be the interim head coach? And then I see it right away, Antonio Pierce. Now, this is the one thing I got to say, Raider fans. Pump the brakes a little bit and don't celebrate too hard, because I know I'm just one fan, but I'm the first to admit I'm not over here going like, yeah, we're back. No, I'm not doing that just yet, because we still got to see how all this plays out. We can't overlook anybody. But as soon as the firing went down, I saw on Twitter how Tim Brown said, "At Raiders, a lot of things I don't say because I know my words carry weight, and the players can't say because they are in the fire. But I felt like this was a repeat 94 season. When internally we knew we had a problem, but you couldn't say it publicly. And we all remember the Monday night debacle in 03 versus Green Bay. I told Al Davis after the game, you have to make a change for the soul of your organization. Mid-season changes are not easy, so kudos to Mark for making this move." After I read that, it made me wonder if the players went into Mark Davis's office and kind of just, gave him their 2 cents and their opinion on this move. We don't know, and we're not going to know till down the line, because stuff like that is kept in-house. I'm just hoping that with Antonio Pierce as the interim head coach, that he literally goes up to every individual player and just asks them, tell me what you do best. How should we do things? I'm also hoping that our star players, go up to the offensive coordinator and tell him what he needs to do to put them in position to have success and to turn this offense around, where we can at least score more than 20 damn points and be competitive. I mean, it ain't saying much, but the defense has gotten a little better. And it's a little refreshing to see, but like I said, even though I don't think it's saying much because that's how bad the defense was last season. But it's going to be interesting later on in the day to listen to Raider Nation Radio and the Locked On Raiders podcast, because I'm the first to admit, as soon as this happened, I screenshotted the photo that the NFL on Fox social media account posted that announced the firing of Josh McDaniels and Dave Ziegler, and I put it on my Instagram, my Facebook, and my Snapchat. Good riddance, happy fucking Halloween. That's how ecstatic I was. But that's all I got for y'all tonight. I hope all of you had a great and safe Halloween. As always, I hope you guys have a blessed week. We can finally look forward and be eager to this Sunday's game. Have a good night, y'all. Go Raiders.